Lamar got hit from behind, the ball is stripped. 3rd and 9, pressure, and they got him. He's up, and he gets taken down for a sack.
I don't think you can hand it off yet until you get a perfect look.
Karlaftis. A pass.
Is Lamar Jackson a playoff choker? Now, before we get into it, let's make one thing clear. Lamar Jackson is undeniably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. He's a 2-time MVP, a 2-time All-Pro, and has been the driving force behind the Ravens' success in recent years, but there's a lingering question. Why hasn't he been able to translate that regular season dominance into playoff success? Let's break it down. Back in 2019, Lamar burst onto the scene like a comet. He was, without a doubt, the most electrifying player in the NFL. Leading the Ravens to a 14-2 record and the top seed in the league, Lamar didn't just play quarterback, he redefined the position. He led the NFL in total touchdowns and passer rating, but what set him apart was his ability to tear apart defenses with his legs. Lamar's rushing yards that season weren't just impressive, they were record-breaking. He made defenses look like they were running in slow motion. It was pure magic on the field. But when it came to the playoffs, things haven't panned out as expected. Despite his regular season heroics, Lamar has faced some tough losses in the postseason. His record in playoff games? It's not pretty. In fact, he's had the same number of playoff wins as his draft mate Baker Mayfield, who's been through multiple team changes. That's not the company you want to keep when you're as talented as Lamar Jackson. So, what's the deal? Why hasn't Lamar been able to shine when it matters most? One argument is that playoff defenses tighten up, making it harder for mobile quarterbacks like Lamar to dominate with their legs. Teams study his tendencies, they adapt, and they make adjustments. It's the nature of playoff football, where every mistake is magnified, every missed opportunity hurts a little more. There's also the weight of expectations. When you're as dynamic and game-changing as Lamar Jackson, the spotlight is always on you. Every move, every decision is scrutinized. It's a lot to handle, especially in high-pressure playoff scenarios where the margin for error is razor-thin. But here's the thing, Lamar is still young. He's only 26, with plenty of football ahead of him. He's shown he can learn and adapt. Each playoff loss is a lesson, a chance to improve. The greats aren't defined by how many times they fall, they're defined by how many times they get back up. So, what does Lamar need to do to shed the playoff choker label? First off, the Ravens need to continue building around him. They've made strides, but adding more offensive weapons and bolstering the defense could provide the support he needs. Secondly, Lamar himself needs to keep evolving as a passer. We know he can run. Now, he needs to refine his pocket presence and decision-making under pressure. Lamar Jackson's 2019 highlights speak volumes about his game. It was like watching a 22-year-old man dominate against 12-year-olds in Pop Warner. But when the playoffs arrived, everything changed. The Ravens, led by the #1 seed and Lamar Jackson, faced Derrick Henry's Titans. Tennessee brought an intriguing defensive strategy to contain this rare hybrid quarterback. The Titans, known for a solid but not exceptional defense, failed to creatively use their personnel effectively against Lamar. They pushed him to the sidelines, away from his most dangerous area, the middle of the field where he thrives. With a strong pass rush from players like Gerald Casey and Harold Landry, they neutralized the Ravens' run game. Lamar's magic on broken plays was limited, forcing him into uncomfortable situations. Things didn't go Lamar's way in that game. The Ravens heavily relied on their running game more than any other team in the league. Falling behind 14-0 early, they had to abandon their usual strategy and start throwing the ball. Lamar ended up attempting a career-high 59 passes, resulting in one of his lowest passer ratings of the season. This game gave the entire NFL a blueprint on how to beat Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. However, Lamar himself admitted he didn't play to his strengths that day. It wasn't just about the Titans' defensive plan, it was about Lamar not capitalizing on what makes him so dangerous. In 2020, Lamar Jackson, the unanimous MVP, led the Ravens back to the playoffs and redeemed himself against the Titans. Despite struggling in the passing game, the Ravens' defense contained Derrick Henry, and Lamar's 136 rushing yards helped secure his first playoff win. The narrative of Lamar Jackson being a playoff choker seemed to fade until the next week against the Buffalo Bills. Against the Bills, Lamar played decently, but it wasn't his usual dominant self. Despite some tough moments like J.K. Dobbins' early drop, Lamar made a critical mistake inside the 20-yard line, missing Mark Andrews for a pick six that swung the game in Buffalo's favor. While Lamar's stats didn't shine, his offensive line struggled without Ronnie Stanley, and his weapons were contained as much as he was. After 2020, Lamar's playoff resume was mixed. Injuries and the impressive play of backup Tyler Huntley kept Lamar out of the playoffs in 2021 and 2022. Then came 2023, the year Lamar was finally freed from Greg Roman's offensive schemes as the Ravens' offensive coordinator. There was palpable excitement to see Lamar under new coordinator Todd Monken, especially amid trade rumors and contract negotiations that had the football world buzzing. Despite the off-season drama, the Ravens bet on Lamar's talent, resolving contract issues and trusting he could return to his MVP form. Over the last 3 injury-plagued years, Lamar's resilience and skill shone through once again. His performance in the regular season of 2023, often compared to his spectacular 2019 campaign, deserves immense credit. Lamar Jackson showed marked improvement as a pocket passer in 2023, with his efficiency reaching new heights and decision-making significantly sharpened. Despite these strides, Lamar faced challenges with a roster depleted by injuries. From J.K. Dobbins to Keaton Mitchell, the Ravens' offensive weapons struggled to stay on the field, highlighting Lamar's unfortunate injury luck. Melvin Gordon even saw playing time for the team in 2023, underscoring the depth issues. What made the 2023 Ravens team reminiscent of their 2019 counterpart was their formidable defense. Led by stars like Rashad Smith and Kyle Hamilton, they anchored what many considered the best defense in football. This allowed Lamar Jackson to excel as a game manager, contributing to what I believe was the Ravens' strongest team since 2000. However, Lamar still needed to confront his playoff demons once more. Early in the playoffs, the Ravens faced an unexpected challenge from the Houston Texans, led by rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud. Lamar struggled immensely in the first half against heavy Texans blitzes, visibly frustrated as he was sacked twice to end the half. Fortunately, adjustments were made, and the defense tightened up, keeping Houston scoreless in the second half. Lamar rallied, salvaging his stat line, but it was against a Texans team that shouldn't have posed such difficulties. The real disappointment came in the game against the Kansas City Chiefs, where Lamar had a prime opportunity to defeat a mediocre Chiefs team. Starting strong with his first ever playoff touchdown and a top-notch play in the first quarter, Lamar's fortunes quickly turned. Facing an elite Chiefs defense coached by an all-time great coordinator, Lamar struggled against their relentless pass rush, led by George Karras and Chris Jones. Despite moments of promise, like Z Flowers breaking through the Chiefs' secondary, critical mistakes, like Flowers' fumble at the 1-yard line, cost them the game. Throughout the 2023 postseason, the Ravens' defense didn't allow a single point in the second half of games. Yet, their playoff journey ended in the AFC Championship, highlighting the stark reality that while Lamar Jackson is exceptional, Patrick Mahomes remains a formidable challenge. Mahomes proved impossible to scheme against, showcasing why he's often considered superior in critical matchups. Lamar Jackson has undeniably shown improvement as a pocket passer in 2023, with increased efficiency and better decision-making. However, injuries plagued the Ravens' offensive weapons, forcing players like Melvin Gordon onto the field. Despite these setbacks, the Ravens boasted one of their best defenses since 2000, anchored by stars Rashad Smith and Kyle Hamilton. Yet, Lamar faced familiar postseason struggles. Against the Houston Texans in 2023, he initially struggled against heavy blitzes, but rallied in the second half. The real disappointment came against the Kansas City Chiefs, where Lamar's early promise fizzled against a relentless pass rush. Critical errors, like Z Flowers' costly fumble, dashed their playoff hopes. Throughout his playoff career, Lamar has battled a tough record of 2-4, despite the defense's stellar play, averaging just 15.7 points allowed per game in his 6 playoff appearances. Key mistakes, like interceptions into double coverage against the Titans in 2019 and the Chiefs in 2023, have marred Lamar's postseason legacy. These games highlight his struggles to elevate his game when it matters most. Until Lamar proves otherwise, fans may view him as a player unable to shine in crucial playoff moments. The addition of Derrick Henry to the Ravens roster adds intrigue, potentially offering Lamar a chance to rewrite his playoff history. Time will tell if Lamar can overcome these challenges and redefine his legacy. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comments section.